Our journey into this part of Litchfield National Park had begun 2 days earlier with a chance meeting at the entrance of the Litchfield Daly River Road, confirming that we could tow a large off-road van into the Genera Falls camping area. This was to set in motion a chain of events that saw us commence our epic mini-trek early one Saturday morning, van in tow, to reach Daly River from the Genera Falls camp area. This was a day to remember for reasons good and bad. We hope you enjoy our little documentary and take some lessons from our journey. Our day started very pleasantly, passing through termite cities and open grassland before some tighter and more challenging terrain commenced. Some of the termite mounds were absolutely huge. This one would have to be near the biggest one we saw on our entire trip. The water crossings themselves weren't much of a challenge, but the tight little angles in these crossings were proving much more so. Some of the places that looked most benign were the most challenging. This particular area was very tight. It's got tight in the gut. Pretty tricky. Here we are, 4-wheel drive, only, no caravans, need snorkel. Oh, sounds hectic. Guess we're going to break the rules. Are you staying up there while we cross the Crop River?
Do I have a choice?
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. It's probably a pertinent time to remind everyone not to take your vans along this track. Don't follow in our footsteps. It says no vans for a good reason. Thing is, we already know that it's not that massive, but it can be pretty big, this river. Woohoo! Don't mind if we do. This can be up to your doors and over, right up to your snorkel. How's it looking back there on that van?
It's good.
Woohoo! There's my stupid woohoo again. I didn't even know I did do that until I see it on camera. Alright, up and out. Go the wild track. Yeah, baby. Reynolds River crossing. No caravans allowed. Unless it's a trail explorer. But the tides were about to turn. Perhaps a little bit of complacency had set in after such easy river crossings.
Uh-oh. That's what I just said.
We dropped the tyre pressures from the 20s into the teens and tried to reverse out of there. We almost got out, but the weight was just a little bit too much. It's bogged down to the bottom plate. This was just the beginning of a lot of sand digging. So we're probably a bit complacent in this sand with the big heavy rig. We got through all the other stuff, bogged down to the bottom plate in this sand. Got some folk up here. We're going to try to pull it out backwards, find another route. We'll go at it really hard, high revs, and try to hit the momentum. But to do a first test, so we're going to get the big strap out, big D shackles, and work out a bit of recovery. Oh, well, what are we here for? Of course our max tracks are under the boat. I need to undo the boat a bit, undo a tech screw, undo the screws for the max tracks, and we're getting there. Dale?
Yeah, mate.
Might need you to get me just hold this boat up, meet our friend Dale. He's happily getting dehydrated with me.
Pretty sure I was happy about it.
We started to build up a little bit of a traffic jam, and everyone who helped was really nice and assisted with a smile on the dial. That's what we're out here for. Have a bit of a fun, have a bit of a challenge. This is dry and dusty. the single car wasn't having much of an impact. Solution: add more cars. There was still no movement in the big rig, and I was totally surprised that the little piece of nylon rope between the second and third car wasn't snapping like dental floss.
Is it just because they carry?
Finally, there was just enough movement to get the Wild Tracks wheels up onto the Max Tracks, and that little bit of grip gave us everything we needed to start pulling her out. I'm amazed at that rope.
Told ya.
Super rope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Dale and Chris, as we built up a little bit of a traffic jam. Lucky there was a bypass point. We're going to stop for a swim in the creek, that's for sure. Dale, awesome mate. Thanks Chris. All worked out well in the end. Now we're going to go and check out an alternate route. Can you? Our alternate route involved cutting some trees down on a conveniently located bypass track and gunning it out of there at speed to keep our momentum up through the sand. Fortunately, worked out very well, but the fun was just beginning. Whoa, more hairy stuff. Charlie's sweating. After a freshen up at Surprise Creek Falls, we were hoping for a cruisy run back to the Tar, but that wasn't to be. Those sand traps, we've been going through some hectic sand traps at speed. Make sure we keep that momentum this time. Towing the van around. Big rig. Woo! Low pressures on our back tyres. And that was some pretty soft stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No time to get that on video. Just concentrate on what you got to do to get out. Around this river we could find some more, yeah, easy. Not as bad as it was. Roll the tyre off the rim.
What happens?
Brand new tyres. Haven't even done a couple hundred Ks. Busted the sidewalls out. Adventure continues. Okay. So we'll drag it off the edge, we're unhitching. Probably the tyre pressure's a bit low, impact fracture, destroying brand new tyres. Literally brand new tyres. So now we're starting to cost ourselves some cash. Don't be too quick to turn it all off. I said our buds are still around, here to help us out.
Our life is boring without these guys.
Obviously with it being that low, probably makes it a bit easier.
Open it up.
So this is the sidewall injury from hell. Brand new tyres. Look. It's like they've still got the little flaky bits on it. Anyway, we can learn. Our freshen up was long since forgotten, and we got down to the business of changing the tyre. Changing tyres is messy at best of times, but this was done on freshly burnt ground, as you find in much of Kakadu and Litchfield at this time of the year. The kids wanting to be involved, so we were teaching them as we went.
It's a whole dining table, Tiami.
Yep.
That's gonna be a bit freaky.
I've got to put the other one back in there.
Spare only stays on until we get a new tyre.
That's why it has a different brim.
Because it's hard to change rims.
We had bought 4 new tyres in anticipation of heading towards the Kimberley, even though our other tyres probably would have got us to Perth. It was very annoying, to say the least, to have this tyre go on us. It was hot and hard work, with plenty of distractions with people around, and this was to set the template for the next part of this journey. We're pushing past all these sand traps. Not fun anymore. Our last tyre. Had to keep the tyre pressures up. You don't want to have any more punctures. You don't know how deep it is. So far so good. Keep the momentum up. Look how long these are. Sand trap from hell. Easy for the 4-drive without the van, not so easy with the van. But we've tested our limits today, and we know what we can and what we can't do. Good learning experience, good place to do it.
Yeah, lots of nice people that were helping us.
We're almost there. That's the longest 32.6 kilometres I've ever done. That's all we've done today. We left at what? 9:30, it's 3:30, it's taken us 6 hours. So just to add to our woes, caught in the massive sand trap, 3 cars road train to reverse out, got out of that, had the tyre pressures probably a bit too low, blew out its sidewall, brand new tyres, re-rig the caravan back up. Looks like we forgot to clip the hitch. Coming over here, bang, just caught on the 2 chains, driven the hitch into the ground. I've pushed the hydraulics down in the boss, and that's forced it back up, and it's also created an anchor into the ground. Now we've got to try to get it high enough to back into. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Okay, here goes nothing.
Everything bad happened today.
That's our third. They come in 3s.
That'll be it.
That's it now.
All good now. Yeah, that'll be home stretch from here.
Okay, getting close. Alright, we've got the pin plate on. Now we're going to try to jack it and get our pin under it. Okay, come away. Hey, just let your foot off the brake just slightly, bub. Let it off all the way. Okay. Good. Stay there. Yeah. What is difficult to see in this video is the quite steep hump that the caravan came to rest on, which made it a challenge to secure the van to allow us to take tension off the chains and reverse the vehicle. Look at how that's close, isn't it?
Yeah, not far off.
Well, maybe a little air out of the tyres. Let these tyres down to 15 psi and then...
I was thinking that would work.
Don't have to get too much. It's worth trying the tyres. It's important in these type of scenarios not to panic and just to work through solutions. Losing your van might send you into meltdown, but really it's just another challenge to overcome. Fortunately, once again, there was some help in the form of 2 hefty brothers who were able to put some weight on the back of the car.
Yep, I reckon we can. Yeah, it should fall in there. Should be able to get it. Still a little off centre, but
Maybe
it's not by much. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that.
No, fall in.
Okay, a little bit of pressure on that side.
Woo! Winner!
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Thank you.
No worries.
Oh. You're not going to have a bigger drama than that. We could have lost the whole van. It didn't actually snap the brake away.
That's good.
But thank God for 2 big chains. Hold 3.5 tonne under pressure.
I was going to say, there's quite a bit of weight back there.
Can we just get to the tar road now? This 33 k's is enough.
I didn't press record.
Well, what a day. That's a day to remember. Bad things do come in 3s. We've learned a lot. This is the second pair of clothes. We had a swim in the beautiful falls, Surprise Creek, in between event 1. Yeah, after event 1. Then we had 2 more major events. So, bogged, ripped the sidewall out of the tyre, and then lost the whole caravan on the dirt road. And we got out of all of it. But right here, right now, we're at Lee and Jenny's bush camp. Lee's been extra nice. We've tested the hitch to make sure that it wasn't the hitch and it was human error, i.e. me, even though I'm very, very careful normally, but pretty flaked out on the second event. So we didn't learn. We arrived safe, the van's still in good order, almost no damage, and I think considering how bad things could have been, this is a good day, a day that's turned out well. So I think we'll go over and have a swim. I'm going to go and catch some barra tomorrow. It's great to get to your destination, isn't it? When it's such a hard slog, sit back, have a beer. Kids are in the pool, had to freshen up, somewhat clean. Nothing a scrub and brush can't fix. And reminisce about the day that was. Anyway, we had a tough one. Had a very tough one, but actually some part of me quite enjoyed it. And I think all the people that had to join in to help us out today sort of enjoyed it too, because it's a learning curve for everybody. So from the Daly River, Lee and Jenny's bush camp, kids happy in the background, dad refreshed, mum with a smile and a dial. Over and out. Off grid earth.